Let me know. I just started. Wait on them a couple more minutes. You got to give it a second. It's not. It's delayed. But turn the volume down. You don't hear it. Okay. We need to do some that.
Hello, hello.
We don't echo, do we, Josh, at all?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I mean, I just heard somebody say hello.
Yeah, that was Bryson's phone. Okay, on my way. If you do join, we're about to go live for the college football podcast. Who just commented? What's up, Brandon? Uh-oh, there he is.
Who is?
Brandon.
Hey, was that guy that just popped up on us last week?
Yeah, the one with the Astros fan.
Yeah, the one we don't know.
Yeah,
but we know him now. We know him now.
Why did it send you that?
If you join, we're about to go live for the college football.
For some reason, I just sent you that. I don't know why.
College football podcast. We are live. We're about to record for it in just a minute. We're waiting on one more. Hopefully. Where's old Coach Hayes at? That's what we need.
Just send out. How about just do Fighter Show?
Is he still coaching?
Yes and no.
What's he coach where? George Southern.
Shit, no. So I can't remember high school name.
Oh, dang. I thought wasn't he like helping at George Southern? Yeah. Screw George Southern. They lost to start freaking.
Hey, the school that I called for last year went down to Lowndes County, which is a powerhouse, and was down 17-7 in the first quarter, and came back 142-30. Wide receiver for East Coweta had 5 catches, 142 yards, and 4 touchdowns.
Nice.
So he almost scored a touchdown every time he touched the ball.
Yeah. Huh? You sent you that? No. No, game I went to, Harlem and Aquinas, it was 47-42. Got to see a shootout.
The game I went to, Georgia, South Carolina, that was a good game.
Yeah, I went to that one too next day.
It was good for South Carolina for a half.
Our Richmond County school around here got in a fight with a school in Savannah. They canceled the games. I think the coach fought back. One of the coaches fought back because they were swinging a helmet at him or something. I don't know how
about the Florida Tennessee player? That's what I was talking about. I was like, hell yeah,
they were squared up. There he is.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, that guy Josh Heupel was a little punk for calling timeout.
What are you talking about?
He called a timeout.
We had 7 seconds to go. Clock was running. Mertz
down 13.
And first they called a timeout before that with 7 seconds left, and then Mertz kneels the ball.
Yeah, we were in the car.
Mertz kneels the ball, and then he gets kind of. I mean, he flopped, but still.
All right, we'll see you.
But look, Heupel, why you call a timeout? 7 seconds left. You're down 2 scores. He put a hit out on the quarterback. What he did.
Got a little fun fact for Mertz this week.
Tennessee still hadn't beat Florida in Gainesville.
No, that too, yeah.
Is that like ever? They've never beat them there?
It's been like 30 years or something like that.
Oh, hell. Back when they had Peyton Manning?
Yeah, Omaha.
Yep. What did he say? Coach forgot something? What does that mean?
You know, and I can't believe I'm about to say this. I was not expecting to say it this season for us. Florida's ranked. And
talk about it. Hold on. Give us 2 seconds.
What kind of hat is that, Preston?
That's the Gus Green Jackets, our farm league.
Okay. Good looking
Preston,
hat.
I'm gonna get you a purple shirt.
They do go.
Of that. I don't know if you see it or not, but I'm gonna get you a purple one.
You gotta get purple and orange.
Get you purple and orange.
Why? That's Clemson orange right there. I don't need it. You just give me
No,
that
sir,
one.
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
want to get like Clemson. Bryson's gonna change his to blue actually. So
Yeah, I was trying to get blue. I had an orange
Orange.
shirt. I was trying to get blue lettering, but the girl didn't have blue.
all right, y'all ready? Who's ready? We ready? All right.
Yep.
All right, about to go live for the college football podcast. Anybody in here about to record? Here we go. I'm gonna play the video and stuff, and then we'll do everything.
Ocho Cinco, was he a quarterback?
Your ass better call somebody.
His team hasn't won a national championship since before he was even born.
Diggs gone for the touchdown. Caldwell Pope. How about that one, baby? Let's go. Come on.
Come back, hey.
I love college football.
Go Dogs.
Go Tigers.
Roll Tide, roll. RMFT. Roll motherfucking Tide.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the College Football Weekly Matchup, week number 4. We're here for probably the best week of the college football season we've had so far. Some great games going on this week. Not as many, high-ranked teams last week, but we did have some upsets, we would say, over here. Some great games. We got to go to the Georgia-South Carolina game. I was obviously pissed off the first half, but we got the job done in the second half. But yeah, Josh, rough week for you. But how was your week?
Yeah, man, it was good. Just watching football. Colorado State had me up till 2:30. Should have been later than that on a sorry penalty called in the second overtime against Colorado State. I didn't agree with the penalty. Should have went into 3 overtimes, but yeah, I stayed up, watched every bit of it. Not really impressed with Alabama's other quarterback option, Tyler Buckner, the boy from Notre Dame, but we'll get into that later. But it was a pretty good week. Yeah.
Y'all let me know if my mic's too loud or whatnot. I do have a new microphone, but yeah, Preston, you're here. Coming off some. Your team's got some retribution against some, I guess, 2 crappy teams, and you got a big week this week. How was your week?
Hey, I'll take him however I can get him at this point. Week's been good. I thoroughly enjoyed that game on Saturday. It was nice to actually see my team come out and, look like they were supposed to look. I mean, I don't care if it's against Charleston Southern or Alabama or Florida or Georgia. I don't care. A win's a win. I'm happy my team performed the way they did. Cade Klubnik seemed like he was making the right reads and the right progressions. So I was very, very happy to see that. Everything looks really good going into a make or break game for this weekend. So we'll see. It was a heck of a Saturday for college football, and I'm so excited for this Saturday. The only bummer is also the biggest bright side. I'll be at the Clemson Florida State game, which means I will not see all the other games.
Well, you get to see some of the scores and stuff while you're there and see what's going on and stuff. And are you driving there?
No, I was gonna fly.
I just meant like, are you driving yourself, jackass?
Yeah, I think so. I believe I am.
Okay. I was just
I was like, Preston got a chopper in the yard. He gonna fly over.
Yeah, I was just curious. I was like, well, maybe you can watch the games if you're not driving. I play the games while I'm on the road. Don't do that. Anyway, Bryson, we got to see the Georgia-South Carolina game, very interesting game. We had a good time. How was your week?
Yeah, like Chris just said, went to the Georgia-Carolina game. We were blessed with the seats we had. That game was raining, but our seats were over. Huh?
Oh, yeah, and 50-yard line. Yeah.
We're at 50-yard line, and our seats were over the overhang, so we didn't get wet at all. So I walked back to the car. Shout out to the Gators. A big shout out to the Gators. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but we're ranked. Don't know how, but I'll take it. Feels good when Florida's ranked over Clemson. Always a great day. But we're 25th.
Maybe not for long.
A lot like Chris said. Everybody else said great great games this weekend. I just hope we keep it rolling. I'm really looking forward for the Florida State Clips. I'll be a little jealous for Preston being at that game. That's one game I think I would like to be at too. But yeah, so far a great week.
Gotcha. Well, let's get into recapping some of the games. Obviously, Josh said he stayed. I actually fell asleep. I watched most of the Colorado State game, and I fell asleep, woke back up, and saw Colorado won, to be honest with you. So, very, very great game. Very great game there. But obviously, we had some controversy going on there with the Travis Hunter getting laid out on the sideline. He is out for a few weeks, especially out for this game coming up in Oregon. But they did win 43-35. What, Josh? Any thoughts? On the play there and that hit and whatnot.
I mean, it was a cheap shot. It wasn't excessively late though, but he knew that he didn't have the ball, but the whistle hadn't blown. So, I mean, but it still was a cheap shot. I don't think the intentions were him to lacerate his liver. And Deion Sanders came out with some comments yesterday or maybe today about, that there's no ill will towards that guy. It's a football move. And so I don't know. But I don't think Travis Hunter will play again this year. I mean, talking about an organ that's been damaged.
Well, yeah, that'd be terrible if he doesn't play again this year. I know they said a few weeks, but we'll have to see there. But yeah, like you said, lacerated liver. That don't sound too good. Bryson, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was like Josh said. I mean, it's a cheap shot, and shout out to Shador, stepping up for getting that guy's face. I was reading that he was getting death threats from the guy that hit him. I was like, man, that's wild to me. But
it's a little excessive.
Look, yeah, I have to agree, but like I said, that hit was a cheap shot, and I think that's going to be a decent loss for Colorado. They got two big games coming back to back, Oregon, USC, but hopefully he can recover pretty fast.
Yeah. Preston, any thoughts on the Colorado State game, and any thoughts on the hit there?
Yeah, the hit was definitely malicious. It definitely doesn't really have a place in the game. I mean, Travis Hunter understood. I mean, he made a comment about it, like I think it was yesterday or the day before. It's a part of football. It is what it is. He was in good spirits about it. It is what it is. I hated to see it. I definitely, he is one of the brighter spots for that program. I mean, they're full of studs all over that roster. But the game was actually pretty exciting. I watched it. It definitely kept me up for the most part. I fell asleep probably like 4 or 5 minutes to go in the regular time. I woke up on the last drive of the game, and then I fell asleep before it, went into overtime, and then I woke up and I saw that they had won the game. So I missed it at the end, and I absolutely hate it, but I could not stay up any longer. But yeah, no, that's what it was.
Well, yeah. I mean, I fell asleep on my own team's game on Monday night because it was so boring. So don't feel bad. don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Anyway, let's get into another game. Obviously, we have Florida State upsetting. I guess we could say upset number 11 Tennessee, 29-16.
Florida, yeah.
Excuse me. Why did I write Florida? I didn't write Florida State. I meant to say Florida. I'm thinking about Florida State already. Florida. Bryson. How excited are you? And any thoughts on Florida's play there? I know you were watching it on the ride home.
Yeah, it was ride home, so the connections going in and out. But damn, if we didn't look like a football team for once. I mean, our strong house was a running game. ETN had 172 yards, touchdown. I mean, we looked great. Defense looked great. I can't think of his name. I don't know why, but the coach for Tennessee.
Heupel.
Yeah.
Okay, calling a timeout 7 seconds ago. I mean, I don't understand that. The kneel, Mertz taking that kneel, and then they're giving that little late hit, and then a couple players getting a fight, and then we got 2 or 3 players suspended this week. I think they only got 1. I don't know if you saw that video, but we had a trainer out there throw a Tennessee player. I'm talking about throw one about 10 yards. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but Mertz looked good. I just hope we can stay like this. Now we're ranked 25. Let's play like a ranked team. Let's keep it going. If we play like we did, against Tennessee, watch out east. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Great game, like Bryson said. Good win for Florida. Obviously, we had some controversy there. People squaring up at the end. Josh, any thoughts on the game and any thoughts on the stuff going on?
Yeah, Florida looked good. They had a good game plan. They executed well. Tennessee kind of looked like deer in the headlights. Milton kind of they're already calling for his head on some Tennessee message boards. They want a new quarterback. All they did was brag in the offseason about how great he was. Now they want a new one. So I don't know. Tennessee, like I said, they're going to take a step back, I thought, this year. And that's the first sign of it right there. Let's see if they can right the ship and turn it around. But, yeah, Florida looks like they were clicking on all cylinders. Let's just see how they keep it up. I think they play Charleston Southern or somebody this weekend.
Charleston.
And then who they got the next weekend.
Clay says, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, come on, baby.
All right. Preston, any thoughts on Florida? Bryson, upstaging you, and hopefully you could get this win this week, obviously. But, we're talking trash about Florida, but they get a big win over Tennessee, who I'll say my thoughts. I thought Tennessee was overrated. Even though their defense was, I think, ranked number 4, they didn't play nobody, and I didn't think Tennessee was that good. My bold prediction was actually going to be, and I did say this on the show, I thought Tennessee would be outside the top 25 before the end of the year, but, we'll see. Preston, any thoughts?
I mean, no, congratulate to them. They played a good 60 minutes of football. They took care of business. They got the dub. I mean, like I said a couple of weeks ago, they're a talented team. They got to put it all together. And, I mean, they did for the most part. They've definitely got a couple more tasks at hand. I think they play like that, like they played on Saturday. They're going to give Georgia and some other teams pretty good hell going down. So we'll see what they say. I mean, all joking aside, it's nice to see somebody take care of business the way they're supposed to.
Gotcha. Well, the way you said that, I'm sorry. It's just nice to see. I don't know why. It was funny. You sounded like you were like kind of like you're hoping to see that. I don't know. It's just funny. It was just funny the way you said it. I'm sorry. Maybe okay. You don't seem amused. Anyway, Clay,
it is what it
is. Clay, let us know how the mic sounds. I got a new mic anyway. I just wanted to say that if you can hear us let us know if we're too loud or anything. But let's get into the next game. We had a few more games. Georgia coming back to defeat South Carolina 24-14. Obviously, a 21-0 run. Didn't look good the first half. I'll say Spencer Radler impressed me a lot that game. I mean, he threw some great balls, I thought, at the beginning of the season. The offensive line played well, even though.
Damn. Hold on. Pause. Damn it.
We could just keep going. He didn't have.
Yeah.
He didn't have to say anything.
This stream is brought to you by Moody's Tire Service. If you're in the area, check them out. And guys, merch is on its way.
I could have just muted you. Are you good now? I would have just muted you, but all right.
You could have muted me.
Yeah, I know, but you didn't have to. We could have just kept going. Yeah, we could have just kept going. Anyway.
I don't hear him.
He did that on purpose.
Oh, okay. I thought he said something important. I thought, oh, listen.
Clay Rick says his cat shit. Probably. Anyway.
Hell yeah.
Bryson, any thoughts on the Georgia South Carolina game?
I mean, we went to the game. Great game to go to. Georgia looked horrible in the first half. 14-3 going in half. They came out strong. Put up 21 unanswered. And then their kicker, missing that field goal. I know that stadium was pissed when he missed that field goal.
Kickers, I don't understand.
Great game. Spencer looked great. Carolina made some adjustments to their line that game. They had 2 true all freshmen starting that game. They looked pretty good. But I'll be honest with you, I'm not talking bad. I don't know about it, but Georgia to me does not look good this year. I mean, they just struggle.
Just you. Don't know. I
just don't want to feel you're Florida fan. They do not look good. I think when they face a real big team, that was a real competition. It's going to be rough for them.
But when is that?
Probably the championship or playoffs.
Yeah,
I think they'll lose before that. But that should. I mean,
when are they going to play a team? When are they going to play a team that could beat them?
Probably October 28. October 28, probably.
Didn't Alabama? I think Alabama played USF this week. Didn't they? I think they got killed by somebody, and then Alabama only beat them 17-3. So Josh, any thoughts on the Georgia game?
Yeah, Kirby Smart took them boys in at halftime and whooped their asses. They came back out and played lights out, man. They were on the same page. The secondary got on the same page, and Radler wasn't able to beat them with the long ball. But I still think Radler probably the best quarterback and second best quarterback in the league.
Yeah, he threw some great balls that game. He really impressed me. Even with some pressure, he threw a lot of good balls. What was I going to say? No, I would have paid. You could have told me if I could go in that locker room, and you could have told me I had to leave. After halftime, I would have done it. I'd have gave up my seat just to leave and go to the locker room, see the 10-minute speech, whatever, and then leave. I would have done it in a heartbeat. I would just want to see what was going on. But Preston, any thoughts on the game?
I missed it because I was at a golf tournament that I was playing in.
Did you win?
No.
How'd you shoot?
It was. We shot, I think, like 8 under, combined 8 under. I think we were like halfway through, and I looked at my phone and I saw that Georgia was losing. I was like, "Oh, damn, let's go, baby, let's go." I figured that Georgia was going to go into halftime, and I mean, we've all seen the videos of Kirby, giving his team speeches at halftime. I mean, damn, I'm a Clemson fan. I wanted to run through a damn wall when I heard his national championship speech. I was like, damn, let's go, let's play. But I mean, yeah, so I'm not surprised at all that they were able to come back. But like Josh was saying, Spencer Rattler has constantly been getting better and better and better. I mean, he was very good when he was at Oklahoma, but he was just missing on the wide open passes. Last year, he turned it on with the last 4 games of the year. This year, even though his team's been, bad in certain areas, he has been a bright spot for that team. If Spencer plays that way the rest of the season, the dude, I have no problems with saying it'll probably be a top 5 pick. Somebody's going to take him early if he keeps playing.
He keeps playing like that. South Carolina better be ready. How about that?
Yeah. But yeah, no, it was good. But I
mean, I said Clemson better be ready. Excuse me. I apologize.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, it not surprised at all that Georgia was able to get out of their own way and get done what they needed to get done.
Yeah, they ain't gonna win. They ain't gonna be able to do that every game though. They may have done it a lot last year and stuff. Come second half, I don't think they'll be able to do it a lot this year, but we'll see. They don't play nobody, so we'll see. Next game, one more. Bama struggling against USF. Josh, obviously Jalen Milroe was named the starting quarterback before I did this, but you had the third string come in, the backup come in. Any thoughts on the game? Any thoughts on the QB situation?
Well, we went into a weather delay, and apparently ABC and ESPN had some issues with their cameras.
Oh yeah, they did.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I watched the complete second quarter, like after halftime and into the third quarter, as if I was watching a high school football game being shot by the senior video crew for a high school, because all we had was the camera on top of the press box. That's all we had. So Ty Simpson did make some good passes in the fourth quarter. The third string, who is now the second string, the offensive coordinator comes over from Notre Dame. He brings his little baby boy with him, and I'm telling you, I'm not too big on conspiracies, but I got one for you. In the Texas game, Jalen Milroe's an athlete, right? He's an athlete. He can run. He's not good on the intermediate throws, but he can sling the ball. He's got a good deep ball. Why aren't we calling plays to roll him out every time?
I don't understand that either. Why not change the offense a little bit? I think the kid could play good if they change the offense just a little bit.
It's obvious our offensive line can't form a pocket for him to stand in, and if he's not good at making reads past his first read, roll his ass out. Get a little backyard football going.
Do some running plays. Run a Georgia Tech offense. Do something.
My conspiracy is that Tommy Rees from Notre Dame sabotaged the play calling for Milroe so he could get his baby boy in the game. And when his baby boy got in the game, he looked like the weather did down there. It looked like shit. And our offensive line looked like a paper sack been set out in the rain. Looked like a wet paper sack. I'm telling you, I was here. My buddy Chris was here, and I was behind the couch, and I said, "Man, I'm telling you, if I was to go to Alabama game this year, I'd put a wet paper sack over my head and write offensive line, Bama offensive line on top of it, because that's what they are. They need to figure something out. I don't know who this damn offensive line coach is. Came from Kentucky. Like he was highly like he won an award at Kentucky a couple of years ago, but apparently that's not working out for him right now. But they better change this offense. They got Ole Miss coming in. We got to start the SEC schedule right now. So,
Josh, I know you're
man.
saying I don't want to keep it too much on you anymore, but I know you were saying you said in the text over the weekend, you said this is the worst Bama team you've seen.
Yeah, that performance that they put out on the field against South Florida is the worst performance I've seen since probably 2003. Like, yeah, I mean they played real good in 2005, compared to what they were playing, and in the 90s there wasn't that many bad teams, but they couldn't get nothing going on Saturday, and it was the worst team I'd seen in a long time. The worst chemistry. The offensive line looked like they were quitting, and I think that had a lot to do with the quarterback decision and stuff like that. Because when Ty Simpson came in, the offensive line, they played a little bit better, but I don't think offense. He's got to get control of this locker room. He can't lose the locker room, and he's coached a lot of games at Alabama, but this Saturday against Ole Miss will be the most important game of Nick Saban's coaching career at the University of Alabama.
Gotcha. Preston, any thoughts? Alabama? I know Josh kind of ran it down there. It's his team, but any thoughts?
I mean, I'm not an Alabama fan. Everybody knows that. So I'm going to be a little objective on this one. I mean, yeah, Alabama did not look good at all. Yeah, Jalen Milroe has some glaring issues. Offensive line's got some issues. They didn't have any chemistry going on. It very well could be one of those things where we're expecting Alabama to be effortlessly beating teams, and when they don't, it makes us think that they're worse than they really are. I mean, we can look at this roster up and down and see that they're one of the most talented rosters in college football. I agree with everything that Josh has said. I agree with everything that everybody said all season with them. This is not the same team that Nick Saban's had, and I agree this is a very, very important matchup on Saturday, but I do think this is one of those instances where, we go into the season expecting Alabama to be relentless in every aspect of it, and just because they're not, I don't think that they're not still one of the most talented teams in college football. I think they got to fix some stuff, especially this Saturday. But I mean, I think they could still very well finish a top 10, 15 team the rest of the season if they figure it out. They've got to get it figured out pretty soon. But I think if anybody can do it, there's a few teams in mind. I mean, Georgia's one of them. Alabama's another one, and I'd say Ohio State. They've had moments where they haven't looked absolutely elite. I think those are the teams that, if they have to, they should be able to figure it out and flip the switch. And I think Alabama can eventually get that done. Hopefully this Saturday, if not later on this season.
Gotcha, Bryson. Any thoughts?
We were at the game, so we really didn't watch it. But when we did, I had it put up on my phone a little bit, and like Josh said earlier, it looked like
camera angle.
The camera angle was trash, absolutely trash.
That's a rant right there.
Yeah, that's a rant. I mean, I was trying to go looking. It's great that WRDW was filming the game out there. I mean, shout out to the hometown news station, but I mean, damn, I mean, it looked horrible. But yeah, they both said it hit the nail on the head. I mean, they just don't look good. Offensive line looks bad, no chemistry. They better get ready for this weekend. Big game for them.
Gotcha. All right, well, let's keep it moving. A couple more things. We had Florida State, holding on to beat Boston College. Missouri beating Kansas State. Thanks, Preston. And LSU stopping Mississippi State. Any thoughts on those games? I know Josh mentioned, he said Will Rogers didn't look good. Any thoughts, Josh, or anybody?
I'll say this. Oh, go ahead, Josh.
I just got one thing, man. Why is Missouri not ranked? I just want to know why Missouri is not ranked when Colorado can go to TCU and beat them, and they were ranked about the same place Kansas State was ranked. Beat them coming off a 1-11 season and jump right into the top 25. And here Missouri is 4 weeks into the season and upset Kansas State and not in the top 25. They
Couldn't
never
agree
have.
more.
They just overlook Missouri, and they seem to be playing well.
Bryson?
I just want to say this: the boys went 2-2 this week. Me, on Press's behalf, we apologize.
And Josh still undefeated over here, baby.
Sorry about that. Boys couldn't come in clutch this weekend.
I threw my $5 in too late.
But
Yeah,
hey, that's last week. This is a new week.
We're still 12-2. Still 12-2.
Yeah, still 12.
That's
We're
still
still making some money out here, But Georgia Southern losing, but the spread was 19. They did 21 points. Tough. I really thought that we had Southern had a chance right there, but on other games I really didn't watch them. I was at the game to watch the Florida game. I tried to stay up for the Colorado game. I fell asleep, but I'm ready for this weekend.
Gotcha. Well, let's get in, to the players of the week here. We got, player of the week. Anybody want to start it off?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Because I want to start it off because I feel like somebody else has them. They just spoke about it. Harrison Mevis, however you want to say it, 61-yard game-winning field goal. That's a feat that a lot of people can't get done to beat number 15 Kansas State at home. So that's my player of the week.
Is he supposed? Isn't he supposed to be? I could be mistaken. He's a bigger guy. Isn't he like one of the best kickers in the nation? I mean, obviously, I know now he probably is, but wasn't he recognized before? Does anybody know? I don't know. I thought he was recognized. Yeah, I thought he was. Last year he had a good season too. I don't keep up with the kickers too much. I ain't gonna lie to you, but player of the week, Bryson.
All right, common name we heard before, Michael Penix Jr. Penix, whatever. 27 for 35, 473 yards, 4 touchdowns. That's 3 games in a row of 400 plus passing yards. I mean, this man is putting on a clinic.
Is he the Heisman leader right now?
Yes.
I mean, behind.
If I had to choose, yes.
I mean, I guess they could give it to Sanders, but anyway, Josh, player of the week.
Yeah. I had Michael Penix Jr. He is my Heisman front runner, so I'm just going to go to my honorable mention because Bryson took Penix, so I'm going to go with Malik Neighbors for LSU. 13 receptions, 239 yards, and 2 scores, and I think he had 200 yards in the first half.
Gotcha.
Against Mississippi State.
I went somebody that was throwing in the ball. I went to Jaden Daniels, 30 for 34, 361 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, or 2 passing touchdowns, 64 rushing yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. In a dominant win over Mississippi State, which with Georgia and Alabama, and all these other teams in the SEC struggling, LSU could get right back in it. Down the road. So we'll have to see how that goes. But, that's my player of the week. Before we get into the records, anybody got a rant? I know I do. So nobody's got one. All right. Let's take it to the NFL. We're taking it to the NFL here. We're watching Monday Night Football. Nick Chubb goes out with injury. He obviously messes up his leg, pretty much breaks in half. Same injury he had, I believe, in 2015.
Against Tennessee.
I don't want to see that shit. Stop sending me it. Stop posting it on Twitter. I don't want to see it. I saw it once. I don't want to see it again. I don't care. No, I don't care. People need to know this. And obviously he don't want to see it. If you are the jackass posting his picture of him in 2015 with his leg and then comparing it to Monday Night Football now, you are an asshole. You are an asshole. That pisses me off more than another. The dude is a great running back. I hope he comes back. He's the best running back in football. I mean, I understand, hey, people like looking at that kind of stuff, but obviously you're posting it all on Twitter. Come on now. No, we don't want to see that. Come on now. That's just wrong. If it happened to you, you wouldn't want to be scrolling and seeing it all the time.
Be famous.
No, the dude his career is over. He was the best running back in football. I mean, his career possibly could be over. He was the best running back in college football when he was there. One of the best running backs in college football. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Now, I don't mind seeing it through text, but it's just, I just don't like.
And
the
I
whole
think
Twitter
the
thing.
2015 one was worse because he was on a record to beat Herschel Walker's touchdown record, being an all-time dog, and he would go to Tennessee, and he did a one.
They're both bad though, man. He was the best running back. I mean, he was top 2 running back in the NFL right now.
Well, I was saying too, he had that record. He was going to break that record. He was going to extend the record.
I get that. I understand that. I get what you're saying. I understand that. I get what you're saying. But after you had that injury, he might have not thought he was coming back to do bigger and better things in the NFL. Then he gets back to where he is, at the top, the mountaintop, and then it just all comes crumbling down once again, for him. That sucks, And so, I don't know. The only thing that made me kind of teed off was the whole comparison. People had the comparison on Twitter of that. I didn't like that. So that's my rant of the week, and we'll keep it moving. Anybody else?
When y'all were watching that, I don't know if y'all caught up on it or me. Maybe it was just me because I had the volume up so much. You heard Joe Buck was like, "Oh, we're not going to show that on TV." You could hear him in the background just like crying out. And I was like, God, can we get a different microphone here? Because I agree. I don't want to see that. And I definitely don't want to hear the guy like just in agony, just in the background. And they're like talking over it. Like, oh, we're not going to show that.
Yeah.
And you just hear this dude like crying out. Like,
I think what teed me off more than anything was the comparison. That's the only thing that I didn't like. People keep showing the comparison. I knew it was going to happen. You know that stuff's going to happen, but I hate it. What's up, Michael King? Michael King says, good evening. What's up, brother? If you do join, we're recording for our podcast, so we're about to get into the picks here. We are live. We're going to go live with NFL after this as well. But yeah, just did our rant of the week. Nobody else got a rant? Let's keep it moving. If not, all right. Josh, let's hear them records one time.
All right. So I think I may have made a mistake when I was writing them down.
Mm-hmm.
Preston, you went with Tennessee, right? Bryson, you went
Tennessee minus 6.5.
Okay. Yep. All right. So that's where I messed up. I had written Tennessee for Bryson and Florida for you.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on a second.
No, you're good.
Give me a second, and I
give
will.
I'm giving him a second. If you are in this live stream, we're going to go live for the NFL podcast week 3 after this. About to do our picks here, so join the next live stream. We're going to hop off this one, and this is going to be on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can re-listen to it as well.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, Apple Podcasts. I need to start posting more small clips. I'm trying to have time to do that. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, about to get into week 4 here. One of the best weeks.
And I always remember
season.
one thing, nothing ain't big in Texas. It just sucks. I'll put that on a t-shirt.
Well, I can't remember what you said.
I said, ain't nothing big in Texas. It just sucks. Yeah, I get that one on shirt.
I thought it was something else.
I don't know if y'all follow Roll Tide Willie on TikTok or whatever, but boy,
that dude's hilarious.
Oh, he was pissed last weekend. I tell you, he was pissed.
I just love that. I just love how he had the TikTok with Dave Portnoy sitting there, and Dave Portnoy's not even paying attention to him. Paying attention to him in the bus. He's over there talking to him.
That man put cigarettes out with his feet. What a legend.
Yeah. It's like
that's Josh's people right there. Son.
Stomping cockroaches with your bare feet.
Roll Tide, roll. Blitz, Bama, blitz. Don't give a piss about nothing but the tie.
Yeah.
He's a comedian, isn't he?
All right.
No.
All right. I think I got it. I got it squared away now.
All right, Josh, go with the records. Right. What did we do last week?
All right. So we'll start off with you. You went 4-1. And your lock of the week hit with TCU minus 7.5. Your loss was Mississippi State, and I went 3-2. So that brings your overall record, Chris, to 13-2.
Woo!
So you're killing it right now. I lost the Mississippi State and Tennessee, and I went 3-2, and my over 61 for Colorado State hit, and that brings my record to 7-8. And then Preston, you went. Yep, let me double check this.
Should have gone 3-2, I think.
Yep, you went 3. 3-2. Yep. You lost Georgia and Tennessee, and your record is 9-6. Bryson, you went 3-2. You lost Minnesota. No, you went
Lost
3-2.
yeah.
Minnesota and Houston, and that brings your record to 9-6.
Would you go, Josh? I'm sorry, I really didn't hear.
3-2.
Okay, everybody went
3-2, except you.
Gotcha.
You went 4-1.
I'm just telling you, it's gonna all come crashing down soon. Don't worry, guys. It's gonna all come crashing down.
Well, I'm gonna start mounting my comeback this week.
I don't think so. I think I really like my picks this week, but that's when it probably all comes crashing down.
And this is a big turnaround week for me and Preston. We got to lock in. We got to win some money. Me and him both failed y'all last week. I felt horrible. I ain't gonna lie. I felt total horrible.
You play. The problem is you play with your heart. Carolina starting undefeated now. Hey, let me tell you something. I'm
shout the lock. Yeah. Shout the lock. Spurs up, baby.
I'm sorry Georgia had to do it to you in the second half, but hey, y'all put on. Spencer Rattler put on. He played great.
Them receivers are making some good catches too, man.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they did. Yep. Good, hell of a performance. Georgia didn't play great. Georgia's probably going to lose. Don't get me wrong, but Rattler threw some good balls. Watching him out.
Yeah, he's good at throwing balls.
Oh yeah. Anyways, let's keep it going. Let's go to the first game Saturday, 12 p.m. Florida State at Clemson. This line, I believe, has changed, but we're going to keep it at what we had it at on Monday. I write these lines Monday, and that's what it is. Florida State favored by 1.5. Josh, we'll start it with you. Who you got?
All right. I think Florida State was looking ahead. Boston College about snuck up on them. Florida State's got two dynamic receivers. Don't know if Clemson can keep up with that, and therefore I am taking the Criminals. The Florida State Criminals.
Taking the Florida State Seminoles. You all right?
No, they're called the Criminals.
Okay. I heard it too. Bryson. Are you all right?
Yeah, sorry.
Bryson, who you got?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm jealous of Preston going this game. It's going to be a hell of a game. But I'm going to Florida State. Josh,
so you think it's going to be a good game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good game. And I think it's going to be better
I'm surprised you're not saying Florida State's going to beat them by 50.
No, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be better than 17-3. I like Florida State in this game. Give me Florida State by 3 touchdowns. You convinced me. Florida State by 3 touchdowns. Give it to me. You done hype me up. Florida State by 3 touchdowns.
Let's go. Let's go.
Preston, who you got?
CLEMSONTIGERS. Fight, Tigers, fight, Tigers, fight. Man, Clemson's going to put it together. This is going to be the coming out party. I don't think this team's going to compete for a national championship, but damn it, Saturday, we're going to get a W, man. Give me Clemson plus 1.5. That line is consistently moving up and down. They got to come to Clemson. They got to figure out what it is. Clemson's won the last 7 matchups. You know what? I don't think it's going to change this Saturday. I think they're going to get it together. Cade started to look like a lot better. The receivers started to catch the passes. Cade started to make progressions that he was not making in the Tennessee game last year. He was not making at Duke. He was not making when we played the second game of the season, but he did make it last week versus Charleston Southern. Yes, a far less superior team than what we'll be playing on Saturday, but I do think that this defense is legit. They do have some problems in the deep secondary. I think that they have receivers that can get behind us a little bit, but you know what? I think for the most part, Jordan Travis is going to have to work for everything they're going to have to get on Saturday. Dabo's going to have them running down the hill and running towards the end zones every single time. I think it's going to be a great game. I'm excited. Clemson's going to get the dub on Saturday, so give me Clemson plus 1.5.
Y'all better rub the hell out of that rock. That's all I got to say. I don't know what that rock's name is.
Hey, can we give a shout out to Preston for his cheer audition?
Yeah.
Dude, you've got to get out there, man. Walk on cheer squad, bro.
Preston, y'all lost to Duke, man.
I don't give a shit. When we win, I'm gonna be jumping the wall. I'll be standing next to Dabo like I did when we played Duke the last time I was there.
Duke.
I was standing next to Dabo Sweeney when we beat Duke in 2018 or 19. I was standing by him on the 50-yard line. Guess what? On ESPN at 4:30, when we beat Florida State, shocked the nation. When we get back in the rankings, I'll be standing there next to Dabo Swinney on the 50-yard line. You mark it. I'll take a selfie with him.
Well, you need to whisper in his ear, transfer portal.
I won't be whispering. I'll be yelling, transfer portal.
Obviously, like I said, Florida, Clemson lost to Duke. Maybe some, they had some fumbles in that game. The score might not have been as bad. Florida State obviously looked good against LSU, got the first win. Defense looked pretty good, but the defense is not highly ranked. I believe I got written down. I think the run defense is ranked like 100th or something. They're like 100 and something in total defense, if I'm not mistaken. But they're the number 4 team in the nation. I mean, Clemson is unranked. The line's kind of fishy. It's 1.5. But I'm gonna shock the world right here, and I'm gonna take the Clemson Tigers. I think Clemson. I think Clemson's gonna win this game. I don't know. I got a weird feeling. Like I said, Florida State's defense. I think the run game's gonna get going for Clemson. Shipley and what's his name, Mustafa or whatever, Mufa, whatever his name is. I don't know how. I know he was. He's pretty good, but I just think the run game's gonna get going. I think. Josh had me worried. After you did that cheer chant, I almost switched back. I almost switched back to Florida State, but
it's an easy win for me.
I almost switched back to Florida State, but I just think, the run game's gonna get going. Josh mentioned the big receivers. Yeah, though that may be a problem, but Clemson's defense, is pretty good. Maybe they have some trouble at defensive back, but like I said, I think Shipley's gonna have a big game. I think the defense is there. Florida State. I don't know. I just got a weird feeling. I think they're going to cover here. I got Clemson winning this game. It could be more high scored than what I think, but I got Clemson winning 28-24. The Tigers over the Noles. All right, let's keep it going. Next game, we got the Saturday, 3:30. Once again, they're in here once again. You're going to probably see them a lot. You're probably going to see them next week too, depending on what happens. And we might not see them next week, depending on what happens here. Number 19, Colorado at number 10, Oregon. Oregon, we always go up a half a point, so everybody's probably getting 21 here, but we're going half a point, so no one ties. Oregon favored by 21.5. We're going to start off with somebody. We're going to start off with Bryce.
All right.
Any thoughts?
Test number 1, true test number 1 for Colorado here. Travis Hunter being out, I think that's going to be a big miss for him. But I'm going with Colorado. I think it's too many points. I think I think Oregon wins this game, but I think Oregon wins by about 17.
Gotcha. Yeah, Preston.
I'm right there with him. I think the Travis Hunter being absent is going to, affect them a little bit. I don't think it's going to affect them enough to the fact that they won't be able to win. They're not winning this matchup. But that's a lot of points. I'm going to take Colorado plus 21.5.
Yeah, it's a lot of points. I wanted to do a little bit more, digging deep in this game. I don't think Oregon hasn't really played, too many teams. I know they've won 83-7. They struggled with Texas Tech coming back against that game. It's a lot of points. I'm going to stick with what I wrote down. I'm sticking with Oregon just because I had trouble with this game, but I'm taking Oregon minus 21.5. I think Oregon kills them. It could be too many points, like you said, but I think they win somewhere around 3 scores. I don't think Colorado's ready for this test. Colorado State, they shouldn't have struggled with that game, and you got one of your best players on offense. Even though they got good receivers, you got one of your best players on offense and defense out. Obviously, they have the other corner, the other Deion Sanders' son, the other corner, but I just don't think it's good enough. And I think Oregon should be a high scoring game, but I think Oregon's going to outscore them, and they should be able to score up and down the field. So I'm taking the Ducks. Josh.
Yep, I'm going with Oregon as well. I know that half a point might get us, but I can see Oregon scoring at will. I could see Oregon, watching some film from Colorado State because, when Colorado State pressured Shedeur, he couldn't get anything going. the only way he got something going is when they switched up the defense, started playing some soft zone. So, I think this game's somewhere around 45, maybe 50, 52-20, something like that.
That's what I'm thinking, like 52-21, something like that, somewhere around there.
So I'm going with Oregon.
Gotcha. All right, let's get into the next game. We got Saturday, 3:30. We got Ole Miss, number 15, Ole Miss at Roll Tide, number 13, Alabama. Bama favored by 7.5. Obviously, it's 7. I believe it may have dropped even more now, but Bama favored by 7.5. That's the line we had on Monday. Preston's not there. I guess I'll go first here. I just don't like the ways Bama's looked. Ole Miss hadn't looked great at it. But I like the quarterback. I like the Harris, the other receiver, the guy. I like the running back. And I just think this is going to be a tighter game. I don't think Bama should be favored by 7.5 by many teams right now. And I'm going to take Ole Miss plus 7.5. Preston, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to take Ole Miss plus 7.5. I think Bama probably wins this game at 7 points flat. I think the 7.5, I think that extra point's going to keep it in Ole Miss's favor on that one. Bama wins the game. I think Ole Miss covers.
Bryson.
Give me Bama. Saban's going to get these boys right for this week. I mean, I know he's embarrassed that 17-3 win. Milroe coming back. I think he's going to be big on his feet once again, but give me Bama.
Josh, Roll Tide.
Yeah, man, Roll Tide. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go way out on a limb, and give me Alabama minus 7.5. That's all I'm gonna say.
There's nothing you want to say to back it up or anything, just because you're worried. But
Hey, I'm just gonna go out on a limb.
That far leaf.
If Alabama loses this game, at least I didn't pick against them.
Yeah, I got you. Preston, you took Ole Miss in the points, right? Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. Me and Preston agreeing this week. Next game, there's a lot of big games this week. We only do 5, so if you are listening, we only do 5. We may talk about the other games towards the end, but if anybody wants to say anything about them. But Saturday, 3:30, number 22 UCLA at number 11 Utah. Utah favored by 4.5. Josh, who you got?
Yeah, man. Is Utah's quarterback playing?
No, we haven't heard any word. I think they're trying to make this his comeback game, but they haven't confirmed it yet.
Yeah, I probably won't know more until the end of the week, I would think.
I'm still going with Utah minus 4.5. Taking Utah.
Gotcha. Bryce?
Give me the Utes, potato chips, baby. I'm going with Utah.
Yeah, I wrote I don't know much about UCLA, to be honest with you, but I took UCLA here at 4.5. I think it's going to be a close game. I like Utah, but, I'd like to see the Risings playing. Give me UCLA. Preston.
Yep. Me and Chris are going to be together on this one. It seems like, again, I'm going to take UCLA plus 4.5.
I'm in trouble, boys. I'm in trouble. It's coming down this week. It's all going down.
Me and Josh making moves, baby.
I'm just kidding. At least it's only 5 games. No, I feel good. I didn't look at that game too much. I feel good about the rest of the games. All right, let's go to the game of the week. 5th game and final game, Saturday, 7:30. Number 6, Ohio State at number 9, Notre Dame. Ohio State favored by 3.5. Much as I hate to say it, I am taking the Fighting Irish in Notre Dame. I have to do it. 3.5. I think this is going to be a close game. Ohio State hadn't fully impressed me. I like the way Notre Dame's look. This is obviously one of their first tests besides NC State. They dominated NC State. Really, I like the run game. I believe Ohio State – I don't know how much they are, this year. I believe Ohio State struggled a little bit against the run last year, if I'm not mistaken. But I just like Notre Dame as a whole. I'm not a huge fan, like Josh said, Ohio State's quarterback. Don't know, he's not McCord, whatever his name is.
McCord.
Not a huge fan. Yeah, not a huge fan of him, even though they got 2 good receivers on that end. But I think Notre Dame could welcome themselves inside the, close to the top 5 this week if they get it done. Give me the Fighting Irish. Preston, who you got?
I wrote down Notre Dame plus 3.5. Yeah, I'm going to stick with them.
Josh.
Yep, I went with Notre Dame plus 3.5. Think it's going to be a real close game. If Ohio State does beat them, it'll be with a field goal late, and Notre Dame will cover. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame. It's in South Bend.
Yeah.
Which is the line is kind of confusing because watching both teams play, Notre Dame's playing at home and they're the underdog. So I think they'll use that as motivation and come out, and I think Notre Dame gets it done.
Yeah, Bryson.
Go ahead and sweep it across the board. I'm taking Notre Dame too. Hartman's been playing pretty good this season. But yeah, give me Notre Dame 3.5.
Gotcha. All right, locks of the week. Well, is there any other the games you guys want to talk? I mean, any other? I know there's some other big games. Anybody want to mention the other games before?
I want to. What game intrigues me is Auburn and Texas A&M. Let's see if Texas A&M can turn around from getting beat by Miami, and if Auburn can make a little noise and put their name in the hat for the West.
Yeah. Obviously, that's a big game. We got Oregon State and who's Oregon State guy? I can't remember off the top of my head. Somebody else ranked another state.
Yeah, it's a ranked game.
It's like number 16, number 19. I can't remember off the top of my head. I was going to take the over. Actually, that was going to be. I thought about it as the lock of the week, but I didn't do it. But that's an exciting game. Texas Tech, West Virginia. A bunch of other games. Duke, UConn. Obviously, Duke should win that game, but who knows? Oklahoma State, Ohio State. A lot of rivalry games. Texas, Baylor. Florida, Charlotte, 49ers. All right, lock of the week. Anybody got a lock of the week?
Yeah, give me the over for Florida State Clemson at 55.5.
Yeah, and that game I was mentioning is Washington State and
Oregon State.
Oregon State. Yeah, I just lost it. All right, you're taking the over in the Clemson game. Florida State Clemson. I'm gonna put them in now. So go ahead, Bryce. Who you got lock of the week?
My lock of the week: LSU, Arkansas over 54.5. Both teams got high offensive powers. KJ Jefferson, that's your Heisman dark horse. Both defenses are sketchy, but I think this should be easy lock right here.
LSU and who?
Arkansas, 54.5.
LSU and Arkansas over 54.5. All right, Preston, who you got?
I'm going to take North Carolina over Pittsburgh minus 7.5. Pittsburgh's looked absolutely abysmal the entire season. They have not been able to get 2 and 2 together to equal up 4. UNC, they've got a couple good players on their team. I think they're going to be able to muster up enough offense to cover 7.5.
Gotcha.
They are on the road, though.
Me and you think on the same page because if somebody else took that one, that was going to be my second one right there. I like that pick.
You like the pick. All right.
Hey, me and Preston's coming back this weekend, so we're coming.
Coming back this weekend.
Shout out to y'all. We're coming.
I have my lock. I was just trying to find the game here. Here it is. Texas Longhorns and the Baylor Bears. Texas is favored by 15 points. That's a big spread. I know Baylor hadn't looked good, but that's a big spread for a rivalry game. Baylor's at home, I believe. Baylor, they came back and fought against Utah. There's no way. I'm taking Baylor plus 15. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, give me the Bears.
Horns down.
Yeah.
How about it? Give me the Bears.
The Bears.
I really like that pick. I mean, I saw that line. That's probably why Texas is going to beat them by about 40 points. But I'm taking the Bears. I don't know if there's some other line I saw somewhere. I saw it was like way closer than that. So, but I don't know. I could be way off. I don't know if Baylor's got an injury or anything, but there's no way I'm not taking Baylor plus 15 there. I'll put them in after this. But anything else? Anything else we got before we move on and get into watching some games this weekend and get into the NFL show? Anything we got? All right. Obviously, good week, good picks. We're gonna have a good week of week 4. Great games. Hope everybody has, has a great time watching the games this week. Probably the biggest week of the season. Obviously, I'm gonna have some other bets in and probably gonna do nothing but watch football this week. But make sure you like it.
My birthday party this weekend.
Birthday party this weekend. Sorry we can't be there, Josh, but happy birthday.
Josh turned 32.
The 4-0.
4-0 it's not a surprise party. You already know about the party, dang.
Yeah.
How about it?
Well, we were coming, so.
Yeah, we wanted to be there.
Hey, better not be no surprise party on college football Saturday. And I've already talked to my wife about, there's some people coming over. We're gonna do the ice cream cake at about 3:00.
Oh, no, sir.
And then
we're gonna be there at 12:30, so the ice cream better be ready.
Hey, if the vibe ain't right, I'm kicking motherfuckers out my house because Alabama kicks off at 3:30. So
the vibe ain't right.
Yeah,
we're not invited back. We're definitely not invited back over.
Hey, get you a to-go plate and get your ass back home because Alabama's kicking off.
Clay Rick is in the chat.
Wait, are y'all legit going?
No.
Sweet invite, he said.
That's Clay. Anyway, make sure you like, subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to the podcast on YouTube, follow and download on Spotify, do whatever on Apple Podcasts. I don't use it. Shout out for us on Apple Podcasts. Appreciate everybody watching. Peace. All right. If you're watching the stream on YouTube, we're about to hop out, and I'm going to invite Josh to the NFL stream to Preston. Appreciate you coming. Hopefully we do it. All right. See you, Josh. God dang. Appreciate you joining Preston. See you. See you in a minute if you're watching the live stream. Go Clemson. Right?